Alright, greetings and salutations, and my name is Comic Fire, and welcome back for more Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. In the last episode, we smeared Cyber Muis, and in this episode, we have to go find out, what's up with Finnegan. Anyway, I fused some, more demons off screen. And, these are their, I recruited some as well, did some, grinding. And, here's what everyone's looking like, and I'm feeling strong, and I'm feeling confident, and I feel like it'll really show in this episode. I pre-recorded this like 2 months ago, and I have no idea why it's taken me so long to, get back to it, but, that's just the way the cookie crumbles here in the comic empire. That's fine, I don't need you, I want to just go into this cool airport.
It's friggin' amazing. Those amazing jerks are just causing all kinds of amazing headaches right now.
You sound upset, Six. How about I take you to get some pizza and tea? Anyway, remember that one room we couldn't, There's a room in the basement that, it's kinda useless, so now we're actually gonna be able to go to it. Kinda seems weird that an airport would have a subway connection, but that might make sense, and I just don't live in a city, so I wouldn't know. Alright, live in a city, I just never do anything out here. Though I only live, like, next to Baltimore, so I've never actually been in there to even see what the metro's like. Barely have enough experience with DC with my experiences in life. Anyway, Stone is God's gift to this green Earth, and let's go onto the shuttle platform.
Alright, we should be able to get to the Amami Float using this shuttle.
Works for me.
Let's hurry. I'm really worried about Yuichi.
Ah, who the hell would be calling us now?
Is it Yuichi?
Hey, it's your phone.
So, now I know your name. I see the message, got
That's not good.
That's Finnegan's voice.
glad you accepted my challenge. But what's this bull crap? You'd send a brat like this in your place?
We had nothing to do with that, I assure you.
To settle the score with you. If you're not up for that, I'll have to devise other ways to entertain myself.
You sound like a real asshole.
Value this kid's life. Get to the material storeroom before I get bored. Just you and the girl. This is your last warning.
I like this voice
That
actor.
call came from Yuichi's phone. That goddamn idiot! He practically volunteered to become a hostage.
What do we do? If we all go, he's gonna kill Yuichi.
It looks like trusting it to these two is our best option. I'm sorry to have to ask this of you. Will you go?
What do you do around here, Spooky?
Going alone is better for me anyway. It's easier to move without the extra weight.
Or you'll just have to wait a little bit extra. We'll do our best to make sure we bring Yuichi back.
I'm counting on you.
So what, was Finnegan just like calling or texting everyone on his cell phone until someone picked up? Or are we the only contacting Yuichi's phone? Because that's kind of adorable. Otherwise, or maybe he just got lucky.
Hey, look! There's another shuttle here. Yuichi must have used that one. Finnegan said to meet him at the material storeroom, right? Let's go.
Or it's plot convenience. Honestly, I don't know why I bother trying to think about these things too hard. Anyway, welcome to the Amami Float. This is the dungeon where I got bored the first time I played this game and turned on the difficulty hack to easy to just skip through the rest of the game. Relatively low stress. Now, who would do that? I feel you, buddy. I think it was right after this conversation. Well, that isn't a JRPG bit of dialogue if I've ever seen one. Alright, had to cut there, because that encounter got me smeared, because Meat Bullet is a pain in the ass, and I hate that skill so much. It's nowhere near as good when you use it, but the second the enemy gets their greasy fucking mitts on it, it's suddenly the best thing in the world. It's kind of like how in Dragon Warrior 2, Dragon Quest 2, where you get to the end of the game and enemies can have the sacrifice skill, where you can get it too, and it whoever uses it, they die, but the enemy team is entirely annihilated. When you use it, it's kind of a drag, because it's like, okay, I beat this random encounter, but now my one of my characters is dead. when they do it, it's... Who cares if they die? It's an immediate game over. It's kind of shitty. And it just feels like some skills are far more balanced for enemy usage rather than your usage. Skills like Meat Bullet and Sacrifice. You know the ones. Kind of the same way with skills like Beast Eye and Dragon Eye in later SMT games. Since having those skills is, wow. Like Mott in Nocturne, which I still need to play, which is, very likely to be, soon. Because they just, translated the version of Nocturne where Dante is replaced with Rido, and, that's the one I want to play, and now it's translated so I can do it. Now, I mean, this dungeon isn't, like, a pain. Again, a lot of it was just, I was coming off a strange journey, and I already really wasn't having too much fun with this game, for some reason. So, I don't know, I just gotten off of a huge first-person dungeon crawler, so I didn't give this game a fair shake. And, that's not good. See, there's Meat Bullet. God, if it hits your MC, you're in trouble, especially when there's multiple enemies. And multiple enemies with, like, AoE skills. It's no good, in the words of our good friend Sonic the Hedgehog. Anyways, I tried doing a lot of, like, item grinding to get back everything I lost after I got party wiped that one time, and I think I succeeded, but I cannot recall off the top of my head. That Darkman app is absolutely fantastic, by the way. Being able to talk to any kind of demon is just like, oh man, it's the best. I'd highly recommend it for anyone who wants to get through this game smoothly. And I've been kind of considering just, taking off that Save Anywhere app, because that's 2 extra app slots I could have. Nice voice crack. I think I already took off the encounter rate one, because that wasn't doing me much good. Because it's not like Rido, where it got, changed in color to let you know when an encounter was coming. It's just like, okay, it could happen anytime. Boom. I also didn't read the fine print in, with one of the gear pieces we got in an earlier episode. The one where it says it makes you immune to dark. I didn't read that it also makes you weak to light. So, guess who got hit with a violet flash during grinding and had to redo a lot of things. Read the fine print, kiddos. That's where they always get you. As for why I'm kind of like herky-jerky and walking around with this is I was trying to like not necessarily speed run this area, but oh, nice, thank you. Not necessarily speed run this area, but I was looking at a map to try to make it go as smoothly as possible because I remembered this dungeon being kind of a bitch, and I don't know where I necessarily got that from. Though I guess going through it without a guide would make it a little more painful, because it's a lot of backtracking. You should buy the car. Yeah, but everyone looks cool in good cars. It was Griffith. What do you want, buddy? How about about 4,000 yen? I mean, we're making so much money just by talking to random demons that I don't feel like there's an issue indiscriminately tossing out cash. Plus, not giving enough means you just lost money and you probably got your shit pushed in by a demon, so don't be cheap, you bastard. Spend your yen. It's not a hot commodity. Yeah, be sure to save. Any dungeon that has like Meat Bullet or Mudo Spam or Last Resort, save. Get your sub-apps, not your sub-apps, what are they called in this game? Just your apps in general ready. Gotta be prepared for every eventuality. You can change them at terminals, take full advantage, because the game hands you so many lovely ones, you might as well. Don't limit yourself for the sake of comfort. It's like in some RPGs, I'll just use characters because I've had them for a while, and I don't feel like training someone else, which was kind of a issue with Digital Devil Saga. Because at least once or twice in the game, chances are that a character that you've been grinding is gonna end up going away, and you have to grind up another one. So don't be afraid to try everyone out. Or just hope that a game is as excellently made as Persona 5, where every character gets experience anyway, so long as you get the right confidant. That's what I friggin' loved about Persona 5. I could swap people in and out, and everyone felt equally as strong. It's not how I felt in, like say, Persona 4. Because in 4, once I got Kanji, like, I just never changed my squad. Like, I booted Chie out. Never used Naoto. Talked to one of these guys earlier. Like, I don't know, like, if a game is built so, like, getting characters that you haven't already put love into up to snuff is kind of a pain. That feels like a failure of, not necessarily game design, it's just like, you made all these characters for me to use, but you've now given me no reason to actually use them, because making them usable is a pain. I think Persona 5 did it really well. Works for me. Oh wow, just some TNT, huh? I'm like a little domestic terrorism to really shake up my my floats. It's an explosive flavor. Root beer float. Never had a root beer float. The dungeon music kind of reminds me of Dark Cloud almost. It's like the percussion. Percussion's probably not the right word for it. The do instrument kind of reminds me of Dark Cloud in some ways. Weak to curse, but nulls nerve. That's I mean, it works for. I'd just rather not get one-shotted with my MC, you know. God, there's a lot of examples like that. I think Final Fantasy VIII also did a really good job of subverting that by making it so there are no real levels per se. So long as you can junction a character right, anyone's useful right off the bat. Though I can't remember if certain GF skills were character exclusive, like if you learned, what was it, Quetzalcoatl had card? Like, the ability to turn monsters into cards, and I don't know if, like, once you unlocked it on Quetzalcoatl, it was for anyone who equipped Quetzal, or if it was just the character who initially did it. Because in that case, I can understand never wanting to, switch your characters, but it's been such a long time since I played 8. That was, God, when did I finish that one? Probably 2011. Not really a long time, then it's only been 6 years compared to when it came out, but you know. It's been out for a while, but I only beat it 6 years ago. Yeah, it would have had to have been 2011, maybe 2012. You know what, I think it would have been 2012. Got an encounter with all those Maroots back there. Like, I'm just glad they seem to just immediately want to just shit all over Jimenez, because, I was not ready for Meat Bullet. Fuck back, back attacks. I was gonna say back encounters, back attacks. Yeah, if you're gonna put a bunch of characters in your game, give me a reason to use them. Don't just throw a bunch in just to say, hey, look, we have a bunch of characters. Because that's pointless. I'm gonna you Chrono Cross. Though I like Chrono Cross a lot. Actually, now Chrono Cross handles that pretty well from what I've experienced too. It's just... I mean, hey, it works. I'd rather act like a fool to confuse an old geezer than have that geezer just shoot his meat at me. Let me rephrase that. Or not. I won't rephrase that. God damn with these surprise attacks. I mean, thank you for using Medea right away, but... Fortunately, you can talk even when you're charmed. I don't remember if Strange Journey had that or not. Charm was in Strange Journey. I'm also not really looking to... I'm not at all looking forward to Strange Journey Redux, because that Alex character looks like shoved in. Strange Journey had a very concise plot. I don't really know how, plus I heard she gets 2 different endings. I don't know. I'm just worried that, she's gonna... I mean, I imagine it'd be very difficult to ruin Strange Journey, but, I'm definitely worried about her cheapening it. Same way for Radiant Historia in the, 3rd plotline. Plus just the art style and, Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology just looks... I don't want to say hideous, because objectively it looks fine. It's just way too squeaky clean. It feels like I'm watching, Oraimo or whatever.
Something's on the floor. Yellow and black stripes. This is Yuichi's house.
Uh-oh.
Did he use this elevator?
Now let's just leave it here. He might... He won't even want it. Hey, not bad. You got anything else good for us? No, there's still a lot left in this recording. I just want to be absolutely sure. There's still so much I want to talk about. Which none of it has been about soul hackers either, so yikes me. I mean, it's just not much to say about this dungeon itself. It's very much walk here, click that, talk to enemies, shoot them. You see, I love that. Oh, wait, no. Jimenez died. Don't know why I assumed Meat Bullet on a 1 HP character wouldn't have done anything, but lo and behold. Fortunately, we come back in Rakaram, so I'm not gonna say death isn't an issue, but it's easier to handle. Well, not that material storeroom. That's because some of them just look like doors from like a distance, so I'm like, aha, I must clearly be able to walk through here. And I'd be wrong. I'm so wrong, and I apologize to you for that. Doesn't really look like a ton of materials, though. Haha! Now we can get to where we need to go. And I think I grabbed all the treasure in here, if I'm not mistaken. I think I also just hit the mute button, too. Yikes, that hurt. Well, we are kind of nearing up on the end of this dungeon. Significantly easier when you're staring at a guide the whole time and just sometimes looking up to look at the screen, but I can definitely see where any frustration might have come from. I also played a lot of this game in, like, a class in high school. Because in high school, I, like, pretty much the entire, I'm not even gonna say first half, it was, like, first 66% of my day was, like, electives. And even in those electives, either technical problems or apathetic teachers made it so it was very easy to just sit around on my 3DS all day, and I played a lot of games. See, I played and beat in the last half year alone, and almost entirely in class. Fire Emblem Awakening, Soul Hackers, and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity. And I also put some good work into Devil Survivor Overclocked, but I played that one a lot at home too. I swear I played something else, but I don't have my 3DS on hand to, it's slightly out of my grasp when the episode's too close to ending for me to, grab it to check, but it was most likely just those three. Strange Journey, that's what I was thinking of. I played a shitload of Strange Journey in class. And, it was good. All was well. Got this friggin' Mass Effect 1 elevator. I've never played Mass Effect, I'm just going off what memes at the time. Dank 2011 memes were like. Only the dankest for you. Anyway, load up on demons, because we've got a boss fight that isn't necessarily, like, the hardest thing in the world, but, again, it's a boss fight. Just load up, you piece of shit. And if your demons are, of low affinity, loyalty, I don't know what affinity with now, use this chance as always to just kind of spam it and grind that way. Works for me. And send your meat out to the front lines. Your MCs are too valuable to give up. I'll explain why it might be a bad idea to bring your Zoma out, but, it's not necessarily a bad idea. Just don't expect to be able to actually use your Zoma beyond turn 1, but, having it out's a nice way to buy yourself a turn. Anyway, I'll see you all next time where we fight Finnegan.